YouTube, sorry it's been so long. I'm going to give you a couple of updates. Not too good of news because, well, I don't have anything cool to show you, but I'm going to show you exactly what I am getting into and what I am going to do here. I do not get the chance to get in here and do as many videos as I like because I homeschool 6 children at home here with my wife, so got a lot going on here. You do the homestead thing, you know, but so we got the Audi right here. Now this is the high compression motor I put together, and I'm gonna be completely honest. When you run it, it revs out. Everything sounds all right. It starts up, runs fine. No codes or nothing like that. But the problem, oh well, they had the head gasket issues too, right? We're not even gonna get into that bullshit. But honestly, it sounds like the pistons were maybe too much piston to wall clearance. Maybe it's because they're too high compression and the cam isn't set right. It's on a factory ECU. I mean, I was running premium in it at least, but look, I need this to be a daily driver for a little bit in order to get the Civic in here to do this shit on it right here. You know, to get this 57 trim, all this crap in the Civic, I need to get that done. And in order to do that, I need this to be a daily. And I was hoping that this motor was going to work fine, just throwing some pistons in. It's just been a nightmare. So here's what we got going on. I'm going to go ahead and drop that motor out of there. Normally when you do these Audis, if you're going to do the tranny and motor, you drop it out through the bottom. If you do just the engine, you can pull up through the top. So I'm going to leave the auto in here because it turns out the auto, after I got the seals done, it got some fluid in it and ran it a little bit. This tranny in here, it shifts hard from second to third, but the original tranny I had in here, the auto was horrible. Slipped in second like crazy, and third slipped. And this one doesn't actually slip, it just shifts hard. So might just be a dirty solenoid or whatever have you. But this tranny isn't actually so bad. And seeing how this is going to be a daily, I'm not going to go ahead and throw that manual in here quite yet. So I'm sorry to bust some bubbles here on the slowness of the project. But here's where I'm at right here. This thing will eventually get a G23 manual swap in it. That is going to happen in the next couple months here. In the meantime, here is the G23. I have the block in the head, a new gasket. I had to buy head bolts for this. When I bought the head and intake manifold separately, I didn't have head bolts for this. The F23 head bolts don't fit on here, so I had to get the H22 head bolts. I also do not have the studs that hold the valve cover down, and I went ahead and bought some off of eBay. I've never messed with B series, only D, F, and H, right? And not really, actually I haven't really messed with H. It's just all sock motors. Unless you're talking about Diamond Star 4G63s, then it's a different story. But this one, this head didn't come with studs. So I went ahead and bought some off of eBay off this guy, and they were like 20 bucks for all of them. And he listed on there Prelude H22, but he also threw B20, B18, B16. And I was like, okay, I didn't know any better, right? So I bought them, got them shipped here, and I'm like, $20 free shipping. That's not too bad, right? I get them here, and I'm like, wait, this thing has one extra stud it needs, and then the ones I put on there didn't fit. I'm like, oh, that sucks. So I'm back to square one on that. So what I need here for this is I need to get some valve cover studs in here. Well, all the hardware for the studs. I need to get the caps, the washers, and all that shit. I think I can get that with a gasket kit, but except for the nuts. So I need the nuts and the studs for that. I also need a fuel rail for this. I did get the block off plate for this. Did some RTV on there. I didn't do anything with the butterfly valves yet. I was going to do something with those, but then I left it alone. But like I said, I got the timing belt on here. It's all timed right. H22 cog on an F23 water pump. All this, you know, if you were doing this in a Civic, it'd maybe be a little different. I don't know quite yet. You'd want to do the pulley without the power steering part on here. But this, since this is going to go in this Audi right here, it's not going to matter. This will all just drop right in. It's the same block. I gotta pull this this bolt broke off right here into where the motor mount goes, so I gotta pull that off. I got the cam gears just set, whatever. I'm not too familiar, honestly, with what to do with those. I'm going to leave them where they're going to sit factory. I got all this put on. Trying to think of what else I have to do. But here's the deal with this Audi right now. I'm just going to throw this one in, which is ironically the motor that came with the tranny. That is in here already. So this came out of the cord. It was super clean on where the timing belt cover was on the backside. The guy that had this, I saw how he treated his car and everything. Everything was super clean. He just had a problem with an accident on it. So I got this motor and tranny off him. But this is going in here tonight and tomorrow, Sunday. Today's St. Patty's Day, by the way. But yeah, I'm going to pull this guy out. And I honestly don't know what I'm going to do with it at this point. Maybe you guys give me some suggestions on... I could just throw the stock pistons back in and call it a day, right? I could do that. Could throw these guys back on there with some new rings. Not have to worry about the piston slap and all that mess. It would be a clean looking stock motor and then throw a turbo on it or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. I might actually just gut the block, gut the head, send them both to a machine shop and have them all decked, have everything, you know, done as far as the machine shop goes. Things that I can't actually do here, and then put it together and maybe do something from there. I don't know. We'll see what the plans is, but I'm going to rock this for a couple months, or maybe not even a couple months. As soon as I get the Civic Turbo and I can go back to dealing a Turbo Civic, this thing can come back in here and get some real work done to it. But it will be manual, G23. That will happen. I'm not going to wait too long on that because I'm even more excited to do this thing. And that's, mind you, that's a G23 with the factory pistons and everything's stock in there. Like I said, this block right here has everything stock in this block. So with this H22 head, this F23 block, that's an 8.8 to 1 ratio, compression ratio, which is great for turbos. So I was just over here watching some Hunter Tune down there. Shout out to him. He's just south of me here. But yeah, this eBay GT3582, I'll just throw that guy on there. I got to get the H22 log manifold, something similar to this, but this is for a D16. And then, yeah, and I'll just do it like that. I'll just throw a turbo on there. Maybe be safe at the 350-400 mark on stock internals on that. I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to do a little more research on exactly what you can do with stock internals. I might just take that thing to a machine stop. Excuse me. To a machine stop shop still. Wow, man, I'm just stuttering today. And yeah, maybe I'll just have that engine all looked at and everything because man, just the headaches I've had with this thing, honestly, it hasn't really been too much. It runs strong. I've wound this thing out several times, and it felt really strong, man. I gotta say, it felt really strong. But I don't know. Like I said, it is either the tune, the piston to wall clearance, or the cam. It didn't sound. It sounded kind of diesel at idle. At idle, it sounded like it kind of dieseled. I don't know if that sounds right to you. You know what I mean? Like it sounded like it had a lot of clatter going on. But all right, man. That's the update for right now. Sorry, it's been a while. Let's see if I get this swapped out of here. I could do a video on that, I guess, but pulling just the motor out of an Audi is not a very common thing, I guess. And besides, I'll have a nice detailed video of me putting that G23 with this manual down here in this. And then when I do that, that'll be a good video to do. So, all right, guys, leave a comment, subscribe, like the video. We'll see how things go, and we'll see you next time. See you.